Hi, welcome all of you for another interesting discussion today regarding achieving your financial goal part 3 by SS Creation. Hope you have seen the part 1 and part 2 video before. If you have not seen, I would recommend you to first watch those videos so you would understand much better what we are going to discuss here. I will leave the link in the I button here. You can go ahead and hit the I button and see the video, then come back and watch this part 3 video. If you have already watched those part 2 parts, what are we waiting for? Let's get on to the part 3 video. Today we are going to see a very important investment topic. So kindly watch the video till the very end. I know this video is going to be a bit lengthier, but whatever we are going to discuss in this particular video is of most important. So don't skip any part of this video. Kindly watch the entire video. If you feel this video is informative for you to make money, do share it with your friends and family. So let them also get benefited by this. So again, don't skip the video. Watch it till the very end. Now we will go ahead and continue the topic. Today we are going to discuss about achieving our financial goal by SS Creation. Do read the disclaimer before continuing the video. Do pause and read it completely. Now, what is the content that we are going to see in this particular video? Is share market a gambling? What is myths on investment? Today we are going to see about one of the key instrument which would suit each and every one of you, starting from the school student till the retired people and the person who has no knowledge whatsoever about the stock market. Everyone can invest in this and make good returns in market. Then we are going to see how to invest in these instruments. How much return can I expect in this instrument? These are the things that we are going to see in today's video. Now we will go ahead and see whether share market is a gambling. First of all, before telling share market is a gambling or anything is a gambling, first point which we need to understand, what is gambling? First of all, it is the risk we take hoping to achieve the desired result, and if we don't achieve that result, we start telling it is a gambling. It is a lack of our understanding on the particular instrument. Rather than telling the instrument is gambling, we should be telling we have done gambling on this particular instrument. Okay, let me break it down more simple. Many of us do buy gold, don't we? Why do we buy gold? We all feel gold is the safest instrument that will give us a good return. This has been told by our parents to us, by their parents to them, and this has been continuing for a period of time. Okay, first we will look into this particular data of gold. Then we will understand whether gold is the safest method of investment. Are we going to discuss about gold today? No. Don't worry, that is not the topic. So let us first have a look into the data. So our minds will be clear about what is the myths in investment. Don't worry, this will not take much of your time. It will maximum take 2-3 minutes of your time. See, this is the gold return on investment from 1980 till 2020. If you see, in 1980, it was approximately $600. From 1980, the gold price has been continuously trading much less than $600, and if you see where that particular $600 has been crossed, have a look at this 2006 data. Okay, now gold has crossed $600 and we are in a good profit. Again, we have started to invest in gold every year. Have a look at the data in 2012, $1,657, and again, when did gold break this value and go above? Have a look at this 2020 data. After 2012, in 2020, gold price has broken that particular value of $1,657. Now, are we going to go ahead and tell gold is a bad instrument to invest, or whether it is a good instrument to invest? It's all up to you. I'm leaving this topic to you to decide on your own. Forget about gold. Yeah, all instruments have both plus and minus. It depends on the strategy you follow in your investment. If you and me both invest on the same mutual fund, whether you think you and me will be having same return on investment? No, we will not be having it. I will cover that in mutual fund video. Any investment becomes a gambling if you invest without systematic investment method, and you have to book your profit without greed. I will get more. I want 5-digit profit, 6-digit profit. These kind of myths if you have, then obviously any instrument you invest becomes a gambling. Guys, now we will see what are all the myths in investment. There are some wrong ideologies. We will have a look at what are those. Always making a profit in 5-digit to 6-digit is only correct. That is the myth that all new investors into a market or investors into any kind of an instrument feel. Okay, what is the second myth? Always looking at the person sitting next to you, how much profit he makes. Or if you are not able to make that much profit as what he makes, then you feel either greedy or sad. Depends on the person. That is again a wrong ideology in investment. The third biggest myth is I have a very less capital and investment doesn't suit me. What is the fourth myth? Only if we have a huge money, we can go ahead and invest in and get good returns. That is also a myth. I am a student or a retired person, or I have very less money, I don't have good flow of money, I cannot invest in any instrument. This is also a wrong saying. Trading and investment in stock market is gambling. This is another myth which we all have. Investing all the money in hand in one instrument and expectation of good returns is also a wrong. Okay, now can we go ahead and break all the myths that we have? Then if all these things which we see is a myth, then what is correct? Investment becomes a gambling or it remains an investment. It's all because of your greed and need. If you are too greedy, any investments become a gambling. Okay, there is no specific age for investment. The time when you realize I have to start investing is the correct time and age for you to understand about investing and investing in the instruments. Whether students, retired people can invest by selecting the right instrument, it is not that the market is not a place for anyone. Anyone and everyone can invest in share market or any other instrument for that matter. Only which instrument you select and in that instrument in which you are going to invest is more important. Systematic investment in market will give good return after understanding about the investing instrument. See, always have one thing in your mind. You don't have to think about how many digits you get in return. You have to think about what is the return on investment. A person having 100 rupees and getting 50 rupees as a profit is a very good return on investment when compared with a person having 1 lakh rupees and getting 10,000, 15,000 rupees a profit. I am stressing on ROI every time because it is the important factor in investment. We have finished seeing about what is the myths in investment. Now we will go ahead and see which instrument we are going to discuss today for investment. Today we are going to discuss about one of the key instrument, which is ETF. In this video we are going to see about what is ETF, what is the difference between mutual fund and ETF, how and where to buy and sell these ETFs, what are the charges that is applicable when you are doing ETF, what is the different ETFs available, which are the famous ETFs which are available, how to liquidate the ETF which you have invested, will it have any risk involved in investment. What if I tell you this? ETF is the safest futures trading or investment. It depends on what you want and what you want to do. First, let us all have awareness on ETF. What is an ETF? ETF is exchange traded fund. There is lot of similarities between ETF, small case and mutual fund. ETF is similar to mutual fund but also has an advantage of small case. It also has an advantage of mutual fund. That is what we are going to see. Now we will see what is the difference between small case ETF and mutual fund. See, there are many similarities. Similarities are being highlighted in the green color. See, small case or mutual fund or ETF, it is a bundled stocks into a particular theme where we will be doing investment. Small case can be bundled by anyone. Even you and me can make one small case depending on what are all stocks we want to put in, and we will be giving it a name. Wherein mutual fund and ETF is being bundled by the fund manager of a particular mutual fund. Investment amount of the small case is same as the bundled stock values, the current traded value in the market. Wherein in case of mutual fund and ETF, it is an advantage where you will be only investing on the NAV of the particular mutual fund. I hope you all know what is NAV. If you don't know what is NAV, we will cover that in the mutual fund video. Some brokers charge 100 rupees for the first time when they invest, if you and me invest in the small case. Wherein in case of mutual fund and ETF, it is only an expense ratio. There is no any other initial charge that you will be paying. Small case can be bought and sold during market hours. Mutual fund is being bought by placing an order through your broker, whoever you have. Broker will send this particular information to the fund manager or the mutual fund house. They will be allocating you the NAV, and this entire process will take you some 5-6 days of time from the time you buy or from the time you place a sell order. Again, you will get the money only after 5-6 days. Wherein this is the advantage in ETF, where you are liable to sell the particular ETF anytime during the market hours. So you can, if you can buy it in market hour, you can tell this is the particular rate or NAV that I want to buy this particular ETF, wherein that cannot be in the case of mutual fund, because all mutual fund amounts which is collected, the end of the day, what is the NAV? That NAV only will be allocated for you. Here, if the market is fluctuating, it has fallen down today by 1 or 2%. You want to buy it at that exact bottom. That is possible in ETF, wherein that is not possible in case of mutual fund. This is one of the major advantage in ETF when compared to the mutual fund. In case of small case, there is no exit load when you exit. When in case of mutual fund, you have an exit load. Again, this is the advantage of ETF. You don't have any exit load. Whenever you want, you can exit and you can liquidate your money. Basically, ETF has both advantages of mutual fund and a small case. Also, the liquidity is up to you. Whenever you want money, you can sell and you can take your money out. It depends on your broker when he settles you that amount. It depends on broker to broker. It is not related to the ETF. What if I tell you, even you can do a short sell in ETF and you can go ahead and buy the share at the evening or whenever you feel like in the particular day. Like how you trade in stocks, same way ETF can also be traded. For example, people will not have money to trade in index. For example, if you want to trade index today, you feel that the market is going to crash today, but you don't have entire 2 lakhs, 3 lakh rupees in your hand to do the trading on the index. But what you can do is you can go ahead and short sell the particular ETF and you can square off your position whenever you feel like. So instead of trading directly on the futures and options, you can even trade in ETF. This is one of the biggest advantage of ETF. I will give you the link of NSE India website wherein you can go ahead and check the details. If you have any doubt, I will leave you the Telegram link in the description below. You can go ahead and ping me in Telegram. Whatever doubts you have related to this particular differences, I will give you a response in the Telegram at the end of the day. Okay, so now we have seen the following thing. We have finished seeing what is ETF, what is the difference between mutual fund and ETF. Now we will see how and where to buy this ETF, what are the different types of ETFs available, which are the famous ETFs, how to liquidate this ETF. Now we will see all this together in a live screen. Now guys, you can open your broker wherever you are trading. Open the broker platform and go ahead and log into your ID. Once you log into your ID, under your watch list, create something called ETF. How to find ETF? See, now you have to decide on the following things. What is the theme that you want to invest in? Whether you want to invest in small cap, whether you want to invest in Nifty, whether you want to invest in Bank Nifty, or whether you want to invest in gold, or you want foreign portfolio. What investment criteria is yours? Or specific to IT you want to invest, specific to pharma you want to invest, that thing you have to keep it in your mindset. Based on that, you can select the ETFs. For example, if you want to select gold, there is HDFC gold, there is SBI gold, ICICI gold. There are many gold schemes available. Before selecting any scheme, go ahead and see what is the exit load that is applicable for that ETF, what is the NAV of the ETF, how that particular ETF has performed over the period of, and based on that you select what you want. Now I have selected some ETFs which I have personally invested many times and I have also booked profit many times. So I have selected something like ICICI Prudential Gold, Nifty Bs, Junior Bs, Bank Bs, wherein what you are investing is actually Nifty 50 stock. Here it is Junior 50 stock. Here it is Bank Nifty stocks. If you go ahead and check what are all the Bank Nifty stocks that is available, this particular ETF will have exposure on all the Bank Nifty stocks. That is how this ETFs work. Similarly, N100 is Nasdaq, which is US market, and this is Nifty IT ETFs. For example, if you want to know what are all the stocks that is available in Nifty Bs, this will take you to the Money Control website and it will show you related to the Nifty B investments. See here, number of stocks invested is 50 because this is a Nifty ETF. Top 5 stock, how much weightage they have given. Next 10 stocks, how much weightage they have given. top 3 sectors, what is the weightage, all classifications will be very clearly mentioned in the Money Control. If you have any doubt, you can go ahead and check this Money Control website. If you are interested in this, you can go ahead and add it from your broker and you can start investing on it. If you have finalized you are going to buy these ETFs, what you can do is you can go ahead and buy through your brokerage firm itself, whichever broker you use. Every broker will have these kind of an ETFs, as all these are being traded in the exchange. And I told you this can be used as a alternate method for doing your trading when you don't have a capital of 2 lakhs to trade on the Nifty futures, and your margin amount will be very less. So if you want 800 rupees or something as your profit, you have to trade for 1000. If with the 18,000 rupees you can easily make in Nifty futures, and you will have to have 2 lakhs as your capital to minimum trade in Nifty and Bank Nifty. Else if slightly your position shifts towards the opposite side, market trends towards your opposite view, your position will get squared off. So if you have a very less capital, you can trade it in Nifty Bs and Bank Bs, which is exactly similar to trading in the futures. If you are an investor, go ahead and invest and take your profit. Similarly, you have Junior Bs, Bank Bs, you can go ahead and see their performance, how they performed on a daily chart. Okay, now I will come to another topic here. How to invest in these? Because see, investment is always a systematic method, as I have told you before. So if you have some 10,000 rupees, there is a procedure how to invest the 10,000 rupees into the market. Whichever instrument you select, there is a procedure to invest. I will show you one small example. What if you have invested at this particular Bank B somewhere around 350 or 360, whatever. You had 10,000, you have invested all 10,000 into it. If suppose market goes in your opposite view, it has gone down. So how you will when you will get a profit again? Whenever it crosses 360 rupees. So never go ahead and invest your entire capital into a one-shot investment. How you can invest is do a systematic investment procedure. I'll show you another way how to invest. For example, first investment is 360 rupees you are planning to buy. You have a 10,000 rupees fund in hand. So don't go ahead and invest all 10,000 rupees fund. What you do is split this into 3 halves. Like this, split your investment amount into 3 halves. Okay. So whenever it falls down by 10%, keep accumulating it. So what is 10% of this? Approximately we will keep 330 rupees. I'm not calculating, I'm just putting a rough value. Whatever is a 10% or 5% or 7%, you calculate according to your risk taking capacity. So again, from 10% from here, approximately 300 rupees. So if you split, your average investment will also be good. So now your average NAV for that particular Bank Nifty B is 319 rupees. Wherein if you would have invested in single shot, your investment NAV will be 360 rupees. Now if you split like this and invest, your NAV will also reduce. Whenever the market reverses and goes up, you will get better return on investment. See, don't invest only in Nifty Bank or only in Junior B or only in Bank B. If you see current trend in the last 1 month, Nifty has rallied 500 points. Bank Nifty has gone down 200 points. So never invest in one particular ETF. Split your money. If you have some 10,000, 20,000, take 2-3 ETFs. Split your whatever capital is available, split it up and invest evenly. So that whenever the return comes, you will get a good return and your ROI will be maintained. This is how you mitigate your risk of losing money. If you blindly invest in only Bank Nifty, now you would be in loss. If you invest in Nifty, Junior B, Gold and Bank Nifty, your risk is being mitigated into different instruments. So you would always be in some kind of a profit. So now we have finished seeing about what is ETF. What is the difference between ETF and mutual fund? I have told you how and where to buy the ETFs. I told you what are all the different ETFs available. Go ahead, do your own analysis. What are all the ETFs, whether it is suitable for you or not. I showed you where you can find out. If you want Nifty ETF you put, you will get list of Nifty ETFs that is available. Bank Nifty ETFs, IT stocks, IT ETFs you put, you will get a lot of ETFs. If you require any information immediately, as told before, I have given my Telegram link in the description. You can go ahead and ping And we have seen how to buy and sell, how to liquidate your money back. Now we will see whether there is any charge for ETF. No, there is no any charge except it has an expense ratio. And if you have any brokerage, so these are the charges that is available, no other extra charges which will be levied on. Whether this ETF will give me more loss, again I told you how to invest. You have to split your money and invest always. Don't go and blindly invest your entire capital whichever you have in your hand onto any particular ETF. That is not the correct method of investing. That is what is called as gambling, which we have already seen before. So don't do that mistake. After seeing this video, I hope everyone will have a systematic investment rather than a blind investment of your entire capital into a particular share or an ETF. This particular concept of investment holds good for ETFs, mutual funds, shares, whatever investment or instruments you take, it is applicable for all. What is the return on investment that is expected? Again, we will go into the live market. Look at Nifty Bs. We will compare Nifty Bs and top stocks that is available in the Nifty, how they have performed and how Nifty Bs have performed. There are many good stocks that is available. We will take for example, so Bajaj Auto 2018, exact opening of 2018. We will compare the same with respect to the Nifty Bs. 2018 January it was 3,349. Today it is 4,000. Take it approximately 1,000 rupees it has increased. If you had only 10,000 rupees in hand, if you want to invest in Bajaj Auto, you would have been able to bought 3 shares. Today it is 4,000. So what is the capital return on investment? So for each share you got a profit of 1,000. So 3,000 rupees is your profit. Now we will go into the Nifty B. It is 112. So 112, currently it is 169. So approximately 50 rupees profit. It is more than 50, we will keep 50 rupees. For 10,000 rupee, we will consider this as 100 and that is 150, okay? For example. So 100 means for 10,000 rupees you could have easily got somewhere around 100 stocks. Today if it is 150, 50 rupees is the profit. For 100 stocks your profit is 5,000. Wherein if you would have invested in Bajaj Auto, you would have got only 3,000 rupees. So now profit in investing in stocks is better or investing in ETF is better. You people make your own calculations. I'm just giving you an overview or an idea. There could be some stocks, see IT stocks if you take, like Tech Mahindra. In 2018 to now it would have gone up drastically. These are all something different cases. 10 stocks, 400 rupees approximately. So 400 into 10 is again 4,000. It is similar to the ETF. This is one of the stock which has outperformed in the recent time, and similarly Infosys and TCS. IT stocks has actually outperformed when compared to the other stocks. So worst case, investing in Nifty B and investing in one particular stock gives you a same return when it is compared with the peak stock like Tech Mahindra or Infosys or HDFC, like these kind of number one stock. The criteria which we are defining right now is if you take an average of all the stocks in Nifty 50, how it has performed, each and every stock, your Nifty B would have outperformed those stock levels. So, and if you invest in a particular stock, there is a possibility of that particular stock going to zero. We have seen Yes Bank, we have seen DHFL, we have seen many good stocks which has gone nowhere right now. Similarly, L&T Finance has dropped drastically from its level. Those are all very good stocks, in fact. So there is a risk involved when you are investing in a particular stock, but that risk is being mitigated if you are investing into the ETF. And your return on investment will also be really good when compared to your 4-5 stocks in your portfolio. And Nifty B, if you compare and see over the period of time from the your investment time, take this particular chart, cross verify when you have invested in each and every stock, what was the price, same amount you at the same day you check what is the NAV of this particular Nifty B or whatever ETFs which you want, put it into it, compare. If it would have given you a better result, then obviously going into the ETF is the better solution. So for people, retired people, students, people with less capital, you can easily invest 400, 500 rupees, 100 rupees, 300 rupees. This will not be a very difficult task to do. So think wisely, invest properly, get a better returns. So I have told you how to mitigate the risk as well with respect to the shares. Instead of investing in shares, ETFs will give you a better return on investment. Guys, now we have finished seeing almost everything. What are all the, whether we will be having any loss or not, whether what is the return on investment, all these things we have seen. Now I will just give you a small summary. ETFs investment is better when compared to the return on stocks. ETF investment also I have told how to invest. Be wise. Do a systematic investment rather than investing one time of your entire capital into any investment procedure. Not only ETF, even for stocks or gold, buying gold or whatever you want. Don't just go ahead and put your entire capital into that particular instrument. Do a systematic investment method. And we have also considered about what are all the ETFs which is very famous. I have shown you the list which I have. Again, I will show it to you. These are the ETFs that I am having. So these were the ETFs which I have in my personal preference, which I invest and I book profit whenever I have a money. Do analysis on these ETFs. If you find this is suitable for you, you can go ahead and pick these ETFs. Whatever information is given in this particular video is very important for each and every one of you. See, I understand this video is quite long, and whatever content that is being discussed in this video are all highly important. Don't skip any part of this particular video. Each and every segment of this video is of utmost important, and it has given you a detailed information on each and everything. If you follow these particular guidelines which I use for my personal investment, you can also be benefited. If you still not subscribe to the channel, do hit on the subscribe button. So whatever videos we post, you will be able to get it. If you like these contents, hit on the like button. If you feel these informations are very useful and very informative for making your growth in your financial, do share it to your friends and family. Let them also make benefit of these. I will leave the Telegram link in the description. You can join the Telegram channel. Whatever doubt you have, you can post. I will reply you. Thanks for watching the video till the very end. Have a great day. Have a happy investing. Thank you. Bye.